Oh, hi there. This is Chandra Easton here from Astrologyhealing.com. I'm an esoteric astrologer, and I just thought I'd start the year. Well, it's almost starting tomorrow with a little bit of an update on the planetary patterns that I notice for 2026, just for this first week. It's been such a full-on 2025 for everybody and for the planet. And so I thought, well, maybe what I'll do is occasionally have a chat about the good news that I see astrologically and the positive uh, influences and therefore the opportunities that we have for growth. Okay, so I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So the first thing I wanted to speak about was, well, the sun's in Capricorn at the moment. It's a happy birthday to all Capricorns and anyone who's got Capricorn in their natal chart. And you'll notice here in this chart, and I've cast this for midday on the 1st of January in Canberra, Australia, the capital of Australia. You'll notice we've got Venus, the Sun, Mars, and Vulcan in Capricorn. That's a Capricorn stellium. So think about it like a mountain that one needs to climb. Now, if you're a mountain goat, well, that's no great shakes. You'd revel getting up that mountain. But if you haven't been out walking or haven't been out exercising physically, emotionally, or spiritually, then you might find this first week a little bit daunting. So I would suggest that the best way to use this Capricorn stellium, this doesn't matter whether you're in Ireland or Australia or America, wherever you are, is to set some personal goals. There's no point setting a dozen that you won't achieve, but set at least one, preferably three, I would say, that you think you can commit to while the sun's in Capricorn. And that's till about the 21st of January. So set some personal goals and tie your boots to those goals, whatever they are. Look, it could be, like in my case, to go out hiking, to go out walking. It could be to improve your physical health. Of course, this Capricorn energy means that we need a bit of backbone, we need a bit of spine. And most Capricorns would realise that they tend to have trouble with their knees or their lower back or the skeleton needs to hold them upright. And so that's what we all need, is to sort of take a very firm stand in our life in terms of the things that are important. So at the moment, not only is Mars on top of the sun, but Venus is there. So we need to hold our loved ones close and set some goals and directions that involve family, that involve commitment, that involve your own personal growth, your own health, your own priorities. And then we have Vulcan in Capricorn. Well, this has got something to do with clearing out the cobwebs from the brain so that we get clear on what are the real tangible issues so that we don't waste our time. Okay, now, because I'm looking at the energy of Capricorn, I must immediately go and look at Saturn. And here it is over here in this conjunction with Neptune. Dissolving the past. There's no point looking back with regret. We need new dreams, new visions, new hopes. This is for humanity. This is us individually. This is us for families. And a dream is only a dream unless we put our effort and our energy into making it happen. So therefore, I'd say to you, what is the new dream that you're holding? And how and in what way are you going to commit, nail your feet to the floor and make that happen? Because if you don't commit, then it's just pie in the sky. It just disappears, it flushes away, and you end up depressed, sad, looking back over your shoulder at what's lost. So enough of that. Look forward, make commitments, identify the dream, and put a bit of effort into making it happen. You'll notice that this is a message for humanity as a whole. See the sextiles, the green lines down to the planet Uranus, which says that somehow or other these dreams and hopes and wishes that we have for ourselves, for our families, for our loved ones, for society, it's as if humanity is being asked for a collective new dream. And this collective new dream must be something that's sustainable. There's no point wishing for something that won't satisfy next week or the week after or the next month. We need sustainable goals. This is a sustainable planet, sustainable families. This is Uranus and Taurus, because Uranus will be moving on into Gemini in a few short months, sometime in March, I think it is. And so we have to say, okay, well, what are the foundation values that I want to take forward in my life, irrespective of what stage of life you're at? Identify your foundational values, link them to the dream, and then link that to commitment and endurance and perseverance. Okay, I think I did look up the degree for Saturn. Yes, it's a harvest moon, which kind of indicates that humanity is at a point. We're at a point where we are reaping karmically. And there's no point looking at the world and going, God, what a mess, you know. How did this all happen? It must be someone else's fault, must be the politician's fault. No, we are harvesting according to our previous actions. Okay, other good news that I notice in this chart is the mystic rectangle. See all the blue lines there? That's the trines. Excuse me, from the past life point in Virgo up to the Venus and Sun and Mars. And across, we have sextiles across to the destiny point, the North Node in Pisces, which sits in the 11th degree of Pisces, which is, and the symbol for that is men seeking illumination. So clearly, what it is we're meant to be seeking is illumination. But that's a sort of a cosmic word. What does that mean in your weekly life, in your daily life? Where is the light bulb that's going off for you that's bringing light and clarity and insight to your future directions and indeed to your group connections? Because the North Node's all about the group. So this is the group of humanity, the group of your family, the group of your community, seeking greater light. Yeah? And then the sextile says collaborate with other like-minded people. You might say light workers. But if you're a gardener, it could be collaborate with gardeners. If you're a pet lover, it could be collaborate with other dog walkers, you know, but it's collaboration with other like-minded people to bring optimism and hope, so that not only are we reaping the harvest that we've created, but we are planting seeds for future harvest. Okay, other things to talk about are the trines down here from the North Node down to the Earth. So the Earth's in the 11th degree of Cancer at the moment, and that's an integration point, and it says a clown making grimaces. Well, that probably means something different for everybody who thinks about it. I mean, clowns generally try and make people laugh. They try and bring humor out. But commonly we know that people who work with comedy or humor or clowning around are often deeply sad or deeply lonely or introspective. And I wonder what the grimace is. I suppose what that says to me is to identify where is my inward grimace. Where am I pretending to be happy when really I'm not? Yeah, and I ask you the same question. Is there somewhere that you're pretending to be happy when really you're not? And how can we change that? How can we put some new joy into it? And this sextile across to the South Node, it sort of reminds us that if we don't get real, and that's what the Capricorn stellium's talking about, just get real, then we'll fall back into old patterns where we pretend, where we grimace, but we're not really authentically being true to ourselves, being true to our loved ones. And then the last, and this is, did I tell you this is the mystic rectangle? Think about it like a magic carpet that will take humanity where we need to go. But of course, you need to get on the magic carpet. Let's look at the past life point in the 11th degree of Virgo. And it says, a boy moulded in his mother's aspirations for him. Well, and that's a past life point for humanity. So I suppose really you could say, well, let's not play out or live according to anyone else's aspirations for us. Let's find our own goals, our own destiny, our own next step, our own group, our own light, our own inspiration, our own path to illumination, and follow that. Okay, that's my brief update for the week commencing the 1st of January. I may do this again next week. Have a wonderful week. Happy New Year. Onwards and upwards for 2026. This has been Chandra Easton from Star, astrologyhealing.com. Lovely to chat with you this way. Bye for now.